So I got a funny story for y'all. I was sitting here a while ago making some videos, and in one of them I said that you will see Elon Musk in the future. He'll be back on Joe Rogan, and he will be absolutely torching Donald Trump and the way that he ran things, and he will be distancing himself from the MAGA movement. And no sooner than I got done making that video and hit stop, I look at my phone, and my good buddy Brian had sent me this article from CNBC. Musk torches Trump's budget bill, calls it a disgusting abomination. So as I'm sitting there saying it's going to happen, it's already happening. And we should have seen this coming, folks, because you've got two billionaires with these giant egos. There's no way that those two are ever going to be able to work together and have a long-lasting relationship. It's impossible because they care too much about themselves. And I know it made MAGA feel real warm and fuzzy inside to have Elon on their team because he basically bought it for them. I mean, he bought it and handed it to them. And that's why they had to create a department for Elon to, have the keys to, just to give him back something for what he paid for. But we all knew that this was going to happen eventually, and it's already happened. And you can actually see it in Elon's face when you watch the clips of him nowadays talking. You can see that he's just really tired and frustrated with the whole thing because I don't think it's exactly what he thought it was going to be. And I think it's actually kind of funny to watch. I actually enjoy watching him and Trump just come unraveled because they deserve it. But yeah, this is the headline. Musk torches Trump's budget bill and calls it a disgusting abomination. So Elon Musk on Tuesday tore into the massive tax and spending cut bill backed by Donald Trump, calling it a disgusting abomination that will explode federal deficits. Now look here what he posted on Twitter. He said, I'm sorry, I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Now, I just wonder how all of the MAGA who's been sitting back and blowing Elon this entire time and just, basically calling him daddy every day, I wonder how they feel now knowing that he's upset about this. I think they completely underestimated the whole thing. They thought it was a good idea to have Elon in there because, yeah, he bought it for him. And, he was, attacking the left. But let's be realistic. Elon's going to look out for himself. Headlines hurts Elon a lot worse than people realizes. His ego is so big. All this criticism that he's took, all the backlash against Tesla, it's been crippling to his ego. Like I said earlier, you can see it in his face. The guy all but tears up and cries. So he does tear up and cry at times. That's how fragile the dude really is. So there's no way he's going to sit back and watch this. Everything that he's went in there and done, he's not going to watch Trump come behind him and just completely shit on it without saying something about it. So I wonder now how those Republicans feel knowing, hey, the guy that we've been sitting here patting on the back, calling him the Grand Master, how do they feel now that that he's telling them, you did wrong? So I'm going to keep reading a little bit from this article here. Musk led Trump's administration's DOGE effort to cut government spending and waste until last week when his term as temporary special government employee had expired. It's such bullshit, by the way. But then Musk added a follow-up post. He added a follow-up post with this. So take a look at this. He retweeted his own tweet and then said, it will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. Isn't that what pretty much everyone sat here and said was going to happen? I don't really feel sorry for this dude at all if he wants to suddenly come out and try to be like he's saving the day. Everyone tried to point this out, but here's what's funny. The White House quickly shrugged off the criticism from Musk, a vocal Trump supporter who spent over $250 million backing Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. Caroline Levitt had this to say. She said, look, the president already knows where Elon Musk stood on this bill. It doesn't change the president's opinion. This is one big, beautiful bill, and he's sticking to it. But Representative Thomas Massey, a fiscal hawk and one of the only two Republicans to vote against the House version of the bill, wrote, he's right. And then Musk replied to Massey and just simply said, simple math. So earlier Tuesday, Trump had lashed out at Rand Paul after the Kentucky Republican criticized the bill's provision to raise the debt ceiling by trillions of dollars. Trump accused Paul of failing to understand the bill would spur tremendous growth. And again, this is breaking news, so it's a fresh story as I'm sitting here covering it. But Elon has already torched the bill. He can't take it anymore. He can't stay quiet anymore. Who didn't see this coming? Who did not see this coming? I mean, I was sitting there making a video talking about it coming, and it came before I got done making the video. It was actually happening while I was sitting there talking about it. because we all knew that Elon is. I would not be excited to have that guy on my team. I would not be at all because he's out for himself. He's not a team player. He doesn't care about this country. He cares about himself and his bottom line. So he had a chance. He knows that he can't be president yet, anyway. And he knows that he could never be that. So he had to ride the coattail of Trump and put the money behind Trump. And Trump took his money because he's greedy and will take a plane from anybody or money from anybody as long as they'll pat him on the back. There was a time that he was saying Elon was full of shit. There was a time that he was shitting all over electric cars, but then all of a sudden he got behind Elon, brought him on stage. Elon danced around and then gave him a department, let him go out there and, you be the Department of Government Efficiency. And now Elon is looking around going, wait a minute, all this work that I've done, you're going to completely unravel it. If they thought that Elon Musk wouldn't call Trump out, I think anyone could have seen that coming. I think anyone could see that when you put two egos like that in the same room, there's no way in hell that those two egos are going to be able to coexist for very long. I've seen it so many times in bands as a musician over the years. I would see different, cover bands from back home. All of a sudden, I would see two musicians end up in the same band, and the other musicians would be sitting back going, "Oh God, wait, they're going to try to have two lead singers? That ain't going to work. We know what a prick that guy is to work with. Wait a minute, that lead guitar player is going to team up with that other guitar player. Oh man, they're going to be butting heads. They're going to be fighting over who plays Freebird." So that's pretty much what's happening here. This is two giant egos, and they can sit back. Someone like Elon Musk, I'll say this. Someone like Elon can sit back and talk about legacy media and talk about fake news. And he can dig in and, play some of Trump's favorite hits about everything's fake news and everyone's out to get him. He can play that for a while. But the more that the criticism piles on and the more people that he deep down does respect comes out and says that it's all bullshit, he can't sit there and be quiet. Even though he's very delusional in his own way, he can't sit there and play along with some of MAGA's other delusions. And so this story is still developing. It's going to be a funny one to watch. And I'm sure by the time I get done recording this, I'm over the 7-minute mark here, but I'm sure by the time I get done recording this and hit stop and look back at my phone to see what's going on, there will be a new update. So sometimes the videos may end up a little out of sync, but we try to do our best to stay on top of it. And I truly do appreciate everyone for your support here on the channel. So we're cruising toward 800,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate you for helping the channel grow. It's been a hell of a ride. People says to me all the time, "Hey, well, at least you got plenty to talk about." And I'm like, yeah, there's sometimes that there's part of me, a small part of me, that sometimes envies other creators like Jack Vale, the guy that just walks around pooting in Target. And Walmart, just goes out, has a little pooter in his hand, and walks around getting people's reaction. I think he got punched once for it. But anyway, sometimes I look over and go, damn, that guy's, rolling, and he's just doing something that ridiculous. And then the other part of me says, no, you know what? I would much rather be sitting here talking about these issues. I would much rather be talking about what's important. This is the hill I'm willing to die on. And I've said that so many times. From the minute I started doing this till the day I'm gone, I truly do. This is the hill I was willing to die on. I would much rather be talking about these issues, even though they're heavy, even though sometimes they really weigh on you, and sometimes you have to tune out, and that's why I tell everybody all the time, take care of your mental health, first and foremost. These stories are wild and crazy, and I have people all the time say, Brando, I'm trying to get caught up on your videos, and I say to them, don't do that to yourself. Just pick back up where you left off, come in on whatever day you came back in on, and let's just keep moving the conversations forward. But I think it's important that we talk about these things, and this has been one of the craziest times because it's the most painful "we told you so" that I've ever seen. But when I seen Trump and Musk up there dancing around together, I said, that won't last. MAGA's not going to like how this ends because that guy will turn on them one day. And yeah, it's just feeling more and more like Nostradamus every day.